Alright, Cheesers, hello and welcome to the final Moto of HRL Season 14, closer on Halo 5. This one might be emotional for some of our vets in the field. I think let's do a quick run through. Yeah, so Opex, Armada, Detail, Slaunch, and Luke. Half of our field in this last race, I think, was at that original Mirabilis race, Season 1. 6 years in the past. 6 years in the past, so that is crazy. I'd have to figure out what like the exact date is, but pretty nuts that we have half of our field for our final running of it here that were in that one. Like, that is pretty crazy. And we'll see how they do, and if history repeats itself or if it changes up a little bit. But yeah, pretty cool, and I'm sure it's a pretty special one for all of those guys. But let's get into it. We've got the second moto, the final one here, and let's go through this order. So it's going to be Opex, Armada, Soul, and Roman, and then we've got Hunter, Slaunch, Fireball, and Detail, and then we've got Pancake and Luke bringing it up in the third and final row. And we're gonna bring it back here, get a nice angle for our 12th and final start. 12 races total at this historic track for us, and this is going to be the final one on Halo 5. I'm sure it'll be remade in future games, but here we go. Green flag, 11 laps to close out our 12th and final Mirabilis race, and it's already a pretty intense start. It looks like Armada is going to get the whole shot. Maybe even Soul. Soul might end up getting it, actually. I think Soul's going to have the lead. Going into the chicane! Oh, no! And Big Cheese already downhill into that first kind of like mini chicane before the big one. Let's go on board here and see what happened. So as you can see, Pancake has a pretty good start on the inside here, and this is a nice move to get by Hunter there, but we've got the front runners duking it out, and Detail, for where he started, actually has a really nice start here. But as you can see right there, that is just super unlucky. Going in that downhill, it looks like his tires like get up on Roman or Armada a little bit, and it looks like lag cheese because like on our end, you know, he's not even like making contact with him. But I'm sure on their screen there was like in-air like contact there. So really unfortunate, like some in-air contact right there, lag cheese. And then that's going to send Detail right into that rock. Although, in a way, Detail's actually pretty lucky that that rock was, like, there. Because if that was, like, an open area, I feel like he would have been screwed. Probably would have, like, rolled over a few times. But the rock actually kind of saves him. But it works out really poorly for Pancake. He's gonna be the one to roll over on that one. You know, fortunately, he doesn't dismount. It would have costed a lot more time. But that's obviously going to cost him some time there. And that is definitely a big moment in the race because, again, it's probably between him and Luke for the championship on this one as Roman spins out in the sand. Not what you want to see. Oh, Slaunch and Detail really close right there, and Hunter spins out as well. So go into this fast-paced corner with the tree on the inside. And something must have happened to Opex because he got super cheesed. He's all the way in the back now. And as we finish our first lap, it's going to be Soul Reaper leading it down. He's going to lead down our first lap. And probably his first lead lap at Mirabilis. That's a cool one for him for sure. It's Armada still holding on to second. Some close battles. Luke and Roman actually having a really competitive battle right now. And this is big because Pancake's still not too far off, so he's behind. He's definitely going to look to take advantage of this. So let's see how this plays out. Luke and Roman really close in this mid-pack battle, and this could be a big battle for how this Moto 2 plays out. They go in the downhill chicane, and Luke gets a really good run right there, side by side with Roman, so the battle continues. And is Roman going to concede it here, or does he keep it going? As there's cheese in front of them in the sand as well. Fireball almost going down. And eventually Roman will concede the spot there. So it's a pretty good battle between the two. But eventually Roman's just going to lose out on that one. And Armada losing some positions and decides to just say, screw it, goes for the Joker. I think he will be our first driver. We have Roman going for it. And oh, that is really unlucky. Right there, it looked like what happened with, now I probably have to fast forward a bit to get the full picture on this one, but I think Pancake just not wanting to be stuck behind Roman here made a strat call and was like, all right, I'll just try to pass Armada. But then Roman, it kind of looks like he kind of made, like, Roman made, like, a late decision right there to take the Joker. And this works out really poorly for him, obviously, because I think the plan there was to let, you know, to do this to get around him, or to get that clean air. And then Hunter comes in hot as well, so that's really unfortunate. That's definitely going to cost a lot of time. And that is the thing with these Jokers, is that it's very, you can do stuff like that. You can do stuff like that. You can have those late calls and kind of like dummy people. And that's a cool thing that Fireball sends it and lands on Detail. That's going to cost him some time. That was a move that was like, all right, I'm going for it. If this works, I'm winning this race. If it doesn't, I'm screwed, and it didn't. So that was like a Hail Mary early in the race from Fireball. A typical Fireball move, to be honest. It's definitely the type of move that he is known to go for, that early race Hail Mary. And again, if it worked out, he's in a really good spot, but it didn't, and now he's gonna, you know, he's gonna probably be fighting for bottom podium or like top 5 in this one. And this could be a big moment. Again, we have Luke working for the podium here on Slaunch, and Detail working for the lead on Soul as well. Oh, and Soul gets a bad run there. Detail actually lands on him, and that could have been very scary. But he does recover quite nicely. Oh, interesting move. Soul, the leader, is going to take his Joker here. Now, that is an interesting play. Fireball goes in. Opix goes for it. And Hunter takes his final one as well. So already, all kinds of Joker strategies going on in this race. And as far as like the top points battles go, I'm pretty sure Slaunch is just like locked into his 5th place. I'm pretty sure he's just chilling there. As far as, oh, I feel another sneeze coming on. Alright, we're valid. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Slaunch is just locked into his 5th place. And then we've got Detail, I think, needs to, I think as long as he finishes like 3 positions or 4 positions behind Fireball, something like that, something along those lines, he'll lock up 3rd, something like that. It'll be pretty close to it. And then for Luke, assuming like if Pancake wins the Moto, I think Luke needs to finish like 4th. I think if he finishes like 4th or better, it's a lock in general. And then obviously if it's not a win, then needs to finish like 4 positions behind him or something like that. So something along those lines. It's similar to like Detail and Fireballs, I think. So something along those lines. So for those 2 points battles, that's what you have to look out for. It's looking good for Detail and Luke at this point, but in case something cheesy happens, that's about the gaps that you're looking for Fireball and Pancake to take over those spots in this final Moto. It's something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure on those, but it's close. It's close enough. So we're done with, that's 4 laps out of our 11 down, and Luke does get around Slaunch here. I think he made a move on him in the sand. Detail, again, with Soul taking that Joker, just goes up to the lead. And Slaunch is actually in podium position right now, so he's vibing with that one. And we have Roman. Look at Roman go in a 4th place. I'm sure he's very happy with that at the moment. Fireball running 5th, Soul is 6th, Opix is 7th, Pancake is 8th, Hunter's 9th, and Armada is currently 10th. That is your current rundown of our field. And as you can see, it's getting pretty spread out at the moment. But I'm sure when these Joker strategies, you know, collide a little bit, I think we'll get those battles back. Oh, Slaunch, it kind of looked like he was thinking about it right there, but decided against it. But yeah, like I was talking about earlier, like what happened with Roman and Pancake on the 1st lap. That is an interesting thing with the Jokers on this track too, or just in general, but in general, but definitely on this track too with this Joker lane, is that like, depending on your line, like you kind of have to analyze the drivers and like how they tend to enter this corner, because depending on their line, like it's really hard to tell if they're not committing to their Joker or not. And there's no requirement on like, you know, you don't have to say that you're taking your Joker like 2 sections before or something like that. So it's definitely like an interesting bit of strategy, and also not strategy. Sometimes it just works out cheesily. Like sometimes you're just, I'm sure Roman wasn't trying to cheese him. I'm sure Roman, that was probably just like a late split-second decision on him. Like he was like, Joker, you know, like to me it didn't look planned. It didn't look planned. I'd have to look at it again, but I think that was just like a late, like, split-second decision right there, and it's interesting how it worked out with them. And I'm sure it was probably the same way with Pancake too. I'm sure he wasn't like committed to it, but when he gets behind Roman, it's like, all right, you know what, I'll go for this. Maybe this will work out, and then Roman snaps on it, and that's just how it works out sometimes. And it's definitely something that, like a situation that, like I'm sure all the drivers get involved in at some point with someone that they're battling, some type of cheese there with the Jokers. I'm sure it's something that happens to everybody. We have Opix going in for, I think, his second Joker, but I'll have to check. Let's do a quick Joker check now that we're at that halfway point. Detail leading him down again, trying to take another Moto win. I think it'd be his third Moto win in the season. He's trying to get that. He's trying to lock up that podium in the points. And again, he's obvious. I think he's the winningest driver here at Mirabilis, so he obviously knows a thing or two about leading him down here. And Soul actually having a pretty good battle with Pancake, but I think Pancake's going to have him there. A solid move around the outside. And so I was going to do a Joker check. So Soul's on both. Hunter has taken both. Slaunch has not taken any. Opix has taken both. Pancake has also taken both. Armada's also taken both. Oh, yes! Yes! Okay, lap 6. Somebody write it down. Somebody write it down. Let's go. I can make the meme! Let's fucking go. So Roman here on lap 6, if you close your eyes, hits the pole again. Hits the pole again. The Roman pole on Mirabilis. Boom! He gets a little bit of PTSD there, I'm sure. His Season 5 hopes. I guarantee you, he was thinking about it right there. He was like, oh! And it just all went back through his through his head. And unfortunate there for Roman. He's definitely going to... I think Fireball had the spot before that anyways. I think Fireball made a move on him. We could go back and take a look at a replay of it, because I also want to see his flip again. But yeah, let's see what happened here. So Fireball was chasing down Roman for a bit, and let's see how he was able to take the pass. Does Roman just like cheese this jump line? What does he do? Oh man, yeah, he does. He does. Unfortunate. That's a rare spot to get cheesed there. Unfortunate cheese for Roman. And I think that's one of those moments where, like, you know, you like cheese something once and it just leads to more cheese. Like that one mistake happened and Roman was like, oh, I'm ass. And then he gets to the pole, you know, thinks about Season 5, is reminded of it, and then all it takes is just one moment where he's like, Season 5, oh, and then that happens. You know, that's just how it goes sometimes. That's just how it goes sometimes. So unfortunate for Roman. He's gonna have to regain from that one. 2 conks is enough. You know, 2 conks, everyone knows the rules. You got to end it after that. So hopefully Roman can regain, and I think he was actually in a decent spot with Soul and Pancake on their Jokers, but now I think Pancake and Soul both might actually have him after those mistakes. Fireball, though. Oh, Fireball and Slaunch. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. So that's going to be hype. Oh, so we have Roman. So that's Roman's second and final Joker. And yeah, as you can see, comes out behind Soul and Pancake. So kind of what I expected. And look at this. The battle has opened up for the lead, and this is a battle that we have seen here before quite a few times. Luke and Detail going at it on Mirabilis, and in the past, Detail has gotten the best of him many times. But again, in the first race here, it was Luke that ended up taking that one. And yeah, a lot of history for these two drivers on this track. And you also have some other drivers that have won, like Slaunch has won here, and I think Opix and Hunter have even stolen a moto. But look at this. Luke gets a great run through the chicane right there. And could this be it for the lead, trying to take the sweep to close out the season? But does Detail have some fight in him? He is pretty crafty on this track, and speaking of which, he goes for it, and what a move. If he didn't do that right there, that could have been race. He goes for it, a risky play, and it pays off. He makes the block pass happen, and after that, Luke's like, ah, fuck that. Taking the Joker, let's try to make some gains and get around him that way. So this is going to spice up this battle. Luke decides to go for the Joker after that. Detail, again, has not taken any. Slaunch still has one to be taken, and Fireball. Oh, look at this. Fireball and Pancake really close. Really close, but that's huge for Fireball. Take a look at a replay on that. This is a massive moment in the race for Fireball, coming out in front of Pancake here on this Joker. I think this is a question mark on how close this is going to be, and as you can see, it's extremely close. It's extremely close, but Pancake does give the room. You know, clean racing there, and Fireball is going to be able to take that spot. But that being said, battle's not over. You know, he's not too far behind him, so I could definitely see those two duking it out. And look at that, Soul and Roman, both their Jokers completed. They'll duke it out as well, I'm sure. And then Luke and Detail are obviously very close in the lead. So yeah, this second moto is pretty spicy. at the moment. And with all these jokers that still need to be taken, there's still a lot in the air for these front guys. And I mean, Slaunch is even a big question mark. Like, he's just here behind Luke in third, just kind of on his own. Just kind of on his own with one more joker to be taken. Like, when does he take it? When is the right time? How is it going to work out? I don't know. It's honestly a huge question mark with Slaunch right now. I have no idea how this is going to work out for him. So I'm really curious to see how this goes. And I expect Detail maybe takes his first joker here, so I'm going to watch him here for a second, and he does. And this is going to be big. Here we go. Detail, first joker. How's it going to work out? And look at this. Luke actually has massive gains. Actually, massive gains on that lap, and he's going to have quite the cap on Detail. Slaunch is going to go for it. How is this going to work out? Oh, boy. Slaunch, can he make the run? Look at that. DRS activated. He goes for it. Gets around Pancake on the overtake right there. Slaunch will get in front of him, and that is huge. That is huge for him. That keeps Slaunch in this fight. So, well-timed joker right there. And if you're Slaunch, you also got to think, like, maybe he could have taken it a little bit earlier. Maybe he would have ended up in front of Fireball even if he took it a little bit earlier. But again, that's just, it's hindsight. It's so hard. It's so hard to time those jokers. And look at this. Pancake getting a nice run, and this could be it for Slaunch. That move in the joker was huge, but he might have to concede the spot here, and yeah, it looks like he's going to have to do that. But again, at the same time, this is still big for the points. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. We might have to go to a replay to see how this is heated up. So again, only 2 laps to go. It looks like Pancake's going to have that spot on Slaunch and start to work on Fireball. But the lead battle, Luke had a really good lap the previous lap, but it looks like this lap Details on a heater. And he has the move down the chicane, getting side by side with Luke, going up here into the sand section, and let's see how it plays out again. Detail has got those crafty moves in his pocket, the crossovers, the side-by-side battles. He's going to go for it again, and you know Luke's going to expect this, but how's it going to work out? But Detail does not go for the block pass this time. Interestingly enough, he's going to decide to take it the whole way. See how it works out side-by-side still, and because of that side-by-side, Detail will say, okay, well, you know what? I'll just take my joker then. Takes his joker, and as you can see, well in front of Fireball, Pancake, and Slaunch. Oh, no! And that is the classic cheese. That is, and Slaunch was talking about it earlier in the race, and, you know, we've seen that happen to multiple drivers. It's like the, you know, on the Canada track, the Wall of Champions. That would be the spin out of champions on this track, because that happens to everybody. That has happened to everybody at some point, and Pancake gets the taste of it there. Yeah, and look at this. Slaunch is actually keeping this going. This battle is insane. But right there, Pancake is that nice exit, and I think that'll be it for that one, at least for now. As we go to the white flag, and this is going to be spicy. This is going to be spicy for this lead. What more can you ask for? An exciting last Mirabilis race where the Joker strategy is going to make it interesting all the way to the end. We're going to stay on board with Luke. How good of a sand run can he get? It looks pretty good so far, and he's going to need that to be able to stay in front of Detail now, as we know that they're really close on the pace, and they're both pushing, both multi-time winners on this track, and they both want to take this one. Here we go. One more final time through the Joker. Looks like a pretty good run, but look at Detail coming in hot here, and Detail coming in on the inside, but Luke with the DRS at the outside, gonna take it around the outside, still side by side for both of them, but eventually Luke will have it right there, but Detail's gonna go back to the inside, keep it close, the crossovers, the crafty race craft between both of them, but one more time, can Detail do anything? He gets a rough run right there. I think that's gonna be it. Coming to the end, Luke will take Moto 2 on Mirabilis. Detail will have to come home in second, Fireball third, Pancake fourth, Slaunch fifth, and we've got a few more drivers coming across the line. Soul actually going to have a really good moto. Oh, Roman went for it. Soul will take sixth. A great finish for him there. Roman seventh. Hunter with the eighth. Opix with the ninth. And Armada will take it in 10th there. And man, what a race. What a race. That is, what more could you ask for? So many close battles throughout the pack. And it's crazy, like, how poetic it worked out, because this was our first season race. It was Detail and Luke duking it out at the end for first and second, and this is how it ends up again in our last race. You gotta love to see it. I mean, this is just kind of what you expect sometimes. History has a way of repeating itself, and it's crazy how it works out like that. And just look at how close this was. And again, I think it was Detail that made it. I'm not 100% sure, but if it was, Shout out to him for the work on the Joker, because like I said, the Joker on this track was awesome. It wasn't just this one, but multiple of our Joker exits. We saw the one with Slaunch and Pancake, Pancake and Fireball. Those were pretty sick. I think Roman might have even had a cheesy one as well. But yeah, lots of really cool Joker exits. The way that this one worked out was sweet. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Detail coming in hot, but then the momentum from Luke, and it's so close. And at this point, it's not even over. At this point, it's not even over. Like, Detail still has a chance at this point. It's just going to be tough. And as you can see, he wasn't giving up. He wasn't giving up all the way. He just gets, I think he just gets a bog. Yeah, he just gets a rough entry on that rumble. And if he didn't get a rough entry, you know, maybe there was some potential. But at the same time, the jump line is pretty good for the way Luke took it there. The jump line's pretty good for locking it up. So I think he probably would have had it. But that being said, still, what more can you ask for? That's our last moto on Halo 5, and it ends up being another classic Luke and Detail battle for the win. And just look at this gap. Look at this gap. So yeah, after this, I think we can confidently say that the long Jokers are the play for sure, because I don't remember like any Joker cheeses with the shortcuts being that exciting. But this race had like 3 or 4 of them. It wasn't just this one on the last lap. This race had like 3 or 4 of them that worked out like that. So yeah, I think the shortcut Joker definitely the play. Definitely the play. That's what we learned here. But yeah, as they all come across the line, so the top 5 again, it'll be Luke, Detail, Fireball, Pancake, and Slaunch. And the overall order would be Luke, Detail, Pancake, Fireball, Slaunch for the top 5 overall. I think off the top of my head, I don't think it's updated yet, but off the top of my head, I believe that's what it would be. I'm like pretty sure. And the points as well, it'll be Luke, Pancake, Detail, Fireball, Slaunch, I believe as well. For the overall points, and you know, we'll do a recap once that's all good and ready to go. But yeah, man, what a crazy way to close it out. It was a last-second decision from some other cheesers, I believe. I wasn't even, I didn't even know about this until like 2 hours before the race. But I think some other guys coming in and saying to, you know, if we're ending it, run it on Mirabilis. So, respect to them for making that decision, because it was a cool, definitely a cool way to end it, and definitely makes sense. Yeah, our first race on Halo 5 was Eagle River. Our first race in this last season, at least in the stage runs, was also Eagle River. And then last race of our first season was Mirabilis, and last race of our final season, Mirabilis. So I don't know if that was intentional the whole way, but cool. I'm glad we decided to do it like that. You know, close the book on Halo 5. Definitely a lot of great seasons, and you know, hopefully more to come on MCC. But yeah, we'll have some previews and stuff like that for that coming in the future. But as for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Our final Halo 5 race video. GG's, and see you on Halo 2 Anniversary, and you know, hopefully Halo Infinite in the future.